All right, welcome to another Tim Talk. I want to entitle this Tim Talk, What Do You Give? What do you give? Question mark. What do you give? There was a great leader in World War II named Winston Churchill. Hopefully, most of you know about him. If not, he'd be a good person to study, to read a biography about and study, because he was a man who appeared at the right time to help save the world from fascism and just brutal dictatorship. And he showed up at the right time to save England and thus helped save the planet, basically, the world. And he was an interesting guy, and he made this one incredible statement that I just love. And the statement says, here it is: you make your living by what you get. You make your life by what you give. Again, you make your living by what you get. You make your life by what you give. Life, I truly believe, and I've learned this through my work with nature and as a teacher my entire life, and I've done much work that has been service-oriented work. And I think another word that you could add to this would be make your life about being of service. It's not just about you. It's about all life on earth and the earth itself. You would have nothing without all of that, right? So it's all interconnected. So we get this incredible earth that gives us all that we need to live. It is a given that we must give back full circle because we take so much. So be the person that gives back. Make that part of your personal medicine. And you can do it throughout your life, your friends, your family, your relationships, your country, your schools, your on and on and on. And ultimately, on the top of the list, you've got to give back to our earth. That's part of what it is to be an earth caretaker, a deep lover of our planet. So another phrase that I could add, along with what you give and service, is help when help is needed. So often, I teach this in our school, help when help is needed, is when you see that something needs done, help. How can you possibly turn the other way? I can't do it. I personally can't do it. I love to help. When I help people and I help nature and I help insects and plants and animals and trees and so forth, when I help, I feel good about myself, but rightfully so. And imagine if every single person of the billions on the earth woke up every day with the idea of being an earth caretaker and giving back and being of service and helping when help is needed. Can you imagine how quickly our troubles would simply drift away? And when troubles came up, we'd have ways to deal with them. Can you imagine that for a moment? I mean, it's profound. And it starts with you. It starts with me. It starts with each individual. You have no power over anybody else. I don't either. The one being on this planet that you do have power over is yourself. And you could make yourself into an incredible being that's all about service, help when help is needed, and giving back. So think about when you go into nature, you could join different nature groups that fight for the earth. As cheap as $25, most groups will give you a membership. There's many of them. I belong, I think, to most every one. There's Defenders of Wildlife. There's the Sierra Club. There's Wilderness Society. There's the National Park Group, the State Park Groups. There's Cousteau Society. There's uh, ocean conservancy group. There's endless groups, and I'm just scratching the surface, folks. You could locally join groups and help to do cleanups of creeks and rivers and beaches. If it's not there, you could start a group. Start it in your school. Start it in your community. Put it in the paper. Talk to people. Get them involved. Go out and make trails and clean trails and help clean forests. It's endless. Educate yourself to what's needed. Become the kind of person who, when you purchase things, it's good for the earth. Be a good consumer, one that makes a difference. Help orphaned animals, help people that need help. Help people to plant trees in their yard and to turn their yards into wildlife sanctuaries, to put out bird baths and bird feeders. Volunteer everywhere you can. Yes, I know you got to have a job, most people do, and you got to make a living. That's fine. Bring it to work as much as you can. Educate people there. Do stuff there. I am shocked. I talked to one of my students today. She just spent her first year in college. And I asked her the question because I'm always curious. I said, you're at like 19. I said to her, what are all these 19-year-olds in college? There's 18,000 kids in her school. I said, are they fighting for the earth? Are they doing anything? She said almost none of them do anything but party and get drunk. They don't do anything for the earth, just maybe a small percentage. And it shocked me because they're going to grow up. In their lifetime, it's all going to come to fruition, the issues that the earth is having now due to human use. And they are young enough to know what's going on now. And I know I was an activist my whole childhood growing up through my whole teens. So I'm like, look at how do we inspire them? And I think the only thing I know is you got to be the one to do it and get people through. They watch you, they see you, and get them involved. Like start Earth caretaker groups where you meet once a week or once every month and you go out and you do a project for the planet. There's lots to do. And the point is, if enough people, and it often only has to be a small percentage of the whole to change things. It's just like the idea of commitment, that enough people do it, and it just becomes the norm. It changes the energy. And extra help just shows up to help you along the way. Because you're so into it, it puts out an energy of inclusiveness where people want to be a part of what you're doing. And then the whole unseen world gets involved to help you. It's like a snowball down a hill. It catches energy, it catches speed, and then it rolls and rolls and rolls. It gets bigger and bigger and bigger as it goes. So be a part of the solution, okay? Give back, be of service, help when help is needed, and you will be an extraordinary human being. And I will be very happy to know that I share this planet with you. Oh.